Hello, this is my plea to YouTube. One of my latest videos had mentioned a controversial topic I did not know was that it was too controversial. I did not know that I would get a strike and have my live streaming option taken away. So I promise not to talk about any more controversial topics. I did not know it was that controversial. And also, I did not threaten anyone in the video. And even in the video of this certain topic, I even say, now it could be fake news. So I was not putting it through as it was fact. I was merely bringing up awareness for people to have a meeting of the minds here. So I was not claiming that this topic was fact. I was just spreading awareness and, trying to have a meeting of the minds here. Because if this story is true, then it shouldn't be censored. And we should have our freedom of speech to talk about topics if we are not threatening anyone. And if we also say that it could be fake news. So I hope YouTube, the people working at YouTube, can see that I promise not to talk about any more too controversial topics anymore. And also, if you could please bring back my live streaming option, because I have that dream that a lot of YouTubers have, that dream that I could get the 1,000 subscribers and monetize my videos, and get 1 million views per day like the top YouTubers. So we all have that dream, and I want to thank you, YouTube, for providing us that dream, so we can achieve that dream, and hopefully I could be one of your top YouTubers later on, just like as well as we all hope so that we could be the top YouTubers. So I want to thank you all, YouTube, the people working there, for providing that dream for us, and letting us have our voice, our freedom of speech. But I pray that you let us talk about certain topics and not have certain topics not allowed. I hope you can allow us to talk about it if we don't threaten anyone and we're not saying it as fact. So I don't mind if the video is not brought back up on YouTube. I just hope and pray you can bring back my live streaming option. I did not know that this topic would have been such a big thing where it would have had the video removed and my live streaming option removed. So I am hoping and praying that you can provide, if you can let us talk about certain topics, because we are doing it right. I know there's a lot of people out there, the bad people, where they say that all this is fact. It's fact. It's not fake. It's not fake. It's fact. We as bloggers, we should never say anything is fact. We should tell people to do their own research. And I agree also, channels need to be banned if they're threatening people. That should not be allowed. But I was not threatening anyone here. So I hope and pray that you can let us talk about certain topics. Because if we are silenced on certain topics, it goes into everything else. And everything else could be too New World Order, where we won't be able to talk about things like chemtrails, for example. I've heard a lot of stories of channels being banned just for talking about chemtrails. It's getting ridiculous. If people talk against Democrat or Republican, running for president or whatever, that's like the norm. And to censor people from talking about that as well and banning their channels for that, it's getting absurd. And I hope and pray that people at YouTube, I hope you can see that this whole political correctness thing is getting way too overblown, and that it's violating our freedom of speech. So I hope and pray, YouTube, that you can allow us to talk about certain topics. You got me wondering now, could any topic, even if I bring up the talk of abortion, can abortion have my video be removed and my channel banned? You know, a lot of people say that's absurd, but what if we talk about Jesus and all of a sudden talk of Jesus is banned? You know? I mean, I'll give this other one. We talk about human cloning for eternal life, the deception lie that Rael talks about. By talking about it, it is telling people what's going on so they're not clueless. So, one, they know the seriousness of the signs of the times we're in, so they can repent, they can get right with the Lord, because Jesus is returning. So, the talk of the wrath on the wicked should not be a topic that gets us removed, because we are not saying like terrorism. We are saying God is going after the terrorists. You know? So, this judgment is upon evil people. The terrorists, they say that all people are evil, so they're the twisted ones. So to say God's judgment on the wicked is coming, that is not terrorism talk, as people could try to say that they get too radical, and you know, maybe it's atheists that try to bring that up. And another thing, when people are flagged for their videos where they do nothing wrong, that is not right. Anyone can flag someone. You know, all the atheists in the world could flag all the top Christian vloggers, and all of a sudden they get their channel threatened to be removed and banned. So it is not right. So I am hoping and praying, YouTube, that you allow topics, you know, like even talking about human cloning. It's something that mainstream news has been censoring for too long. It could have been from the Men in Black. Again, this is not no conspiracy that should get us removed from YouTube. It should not get us banned. We should have our freedom of speech to talk about these things. And even that they're creating half human, half animal hybrids to be worshiping them as gods. Mad scientists will. Even that should not be something that gets our channel banned. So I'm hoping and praying, YouTube, that if you could please see it, that we are spreading awareness to important topics to get the debate rolling. If it's such a taboo thing that is not allowed on YouTube, then how come they're still saying it for so long on TV, on mainstream news? I would bring up another one that was a big one where they tried to ban on, but I can't even say the words that it starts with P and the second word G. I can't even say that word, because it seems just saying the word now gets our channel removed and gets us banned. So it's getting very absurd. So the people of YouTube, you know, I remember when they were going after that guy, I won't say his name, but the one that was with this name, a lot of people were making death threats to him. I agree, that was wrong. I was calling for people to protest him. There's nothing wrong in protesting. It is not threatening to say to protest certain people. There's nothing wrong with that. Protesting is our God-given right, just like freedom of speech is our God-given right. So I hope and pray, YouTube, that you can please allow people to talk about topics. And please, I could understand maybe removing their video, but if you could not ban them, please don't ban them. If they say death threats to a lot of people, yes, give them one warning, and they don't listen, then they should be banned. I agree with that. No one should be making any kind of threats, not even to beat someone up. It is not right. And God does not like that, so that should be God's law. That should be YouTube's law. So I do agree with that. People making any kind of threats on beating people up or killing someone, that needs to be a bannable situation. Their channel should be banned. That is the very definition of hate speech. But just because we bring up a topic does not mean that is hate speech. We are trying to have a meeting of the minds here. And like I said, every vlogger should do like how I did it, where I say, now it can be proven this could be fake news. I did say that in the video. And I also did not threaten anyone. So I was in right context of the rules of YouTube. So I don't see why I had gotten a strike. I mean, I could say, okay, maybe the video taken down, okay, that's okay. But I got a strike about that? It's not right. I did everything correct. And yet I got a strike when I did everything correct. So one, I didn't even know was that big of a topic to be persecuted like this. So all I ask is if you could just let us talk about certain topics if we do it right. Like if we don't say this fact and we say it can be proven, this is just a theory here. And if we're not threatening anyone, there's nothing wrong in talking about it. So these two words that start with CA, I can't even say that on the video, or else I could get my video removed. I can even get my channel banned just for saying the two words CA. You know, it's getting too ridiculous. It's getting absurd, and I hope and pray, YouTube, that you can fix this. You know, I do agree the people that are getting a little too raunchy on YouTube is not right. They're pushing the buttons. They're crossing the boundaries. You know, like what happened with Logan Paul, for example. I mean, I believe he did everything right. He blurred the person's face out. He called the cops. He was talking against suicide. And I feel Logan Paul was being wrongfully persecuted. Though he showed a dead body. I mean, he tried doing everything right. So I hope and pray if you could bring back Logan Paul's monetization. I know it's hard because you'll get a lot of flack from all the people who say, oh, well, they may threaten to leave YouTube, even advertisers. So I know it's tricky. I know it's complicated to say to bring back Logan Paul's monetization. I know it's complicated to do because, you know, you can't please everyone. You have people on each side. So, I mean, I just hope and pray that what happened with Logan Paul doesn't happen with anyone else. We see something as not wrong. We do the right things, and we still get persecuted. We still get our videos removed and our channels banned. So I hope and pray if you can bring back people's channels that have been banned for something, for things where they have not threatened anyone. If you could please bring back their channels for being banned as well. So you can provide them that hope of making money from YouTube as well. So if I can help them out, I feel like my mission for them has been accomplished. I feel like I did something great for them. So, you know, it's very hard being a vlogger because we need to build so much content. And we need to build so much content, and it's hard getting the subscribers because I pass out flyers in colleges, universities, and I ain't getting no traffic in. I've passed out the flyers, you know, I've advertised, and I'm not getting anything, and it's hard to start the show. It's hard to get it going when it's just hard to bring the people in. And I'm willing to spend money into Google AdWords, $100. So I'm willing to give back to you, Google, to you, YouTube, and all I hope and pray is that you can help us as well, because I'm trying to invest into this, and so I can hopefully monetize my videos, and I'm hoping Google AdWords could bring in subscribers as well, because it is not easy. As you know, with YouTube, we cannot do subscriber for subscriber to each and every YouTuber. They call that spam. We can't even send in the private messages. We could get our channels banned just for that. And we get so many channels banned, we get our IP address banned, which means we can't even broadcast on a laptop anymore. We'd have to be somewhere out in the city, and you know how long it would take to load a video on a cell phone, especially if you want to have it to build content, to build a video hours watched by having 30-minute, hour-long videos. It's hard to get video hours watched when you're only posting 2-minute, 5-minute videos. So it's very stressful. It's very complicated for us. And people of YouTube, I hope you can see how stressful and hard it is for us YouTubers. We're trying to invest our money into this, and we are hoping that we won't get banned for stupid reasons. You know, we're doing everything right. I did everything right, and I got a strike for no reason. So, you know, I guess I'll end it off with this. If you could please bring back people's channels that have been banned, that would be very nice. And only bring back the ones where they never threaten anyone. If they just mentioned a simple topic, I hope and pray you can please bring back their channels from being banned. So I'll end it with this. Thank you, YouTube, for being out there, providing us a hope and a dream to make money with this, and allowing our freedom of speech to a certain extent. But I hope and pray you can allow us to talk about other topics without fear of having our channel banned. So, you know, we should have our freedom of speech if we are doing it right. And I did it right. So I feel I shouldn't have gotten a strike. And if you could please bring back my live streaming option, I would really appreciate it. Thank you, YouTube.